Good morning. Hey, we're going to talk about making money online, and I'm going to go on two platforms. So let me get my other one up and going. And here we go. Well, happy Monday, everyone. Hi. Hey. So it's Monday morning. I'm up in Montana. So, USA. I would be curious where you're watching from. What country you're in. And if you're in the US, then drop me a little chat and let me know what state you're in. So I am in Montana and I am going live on two platforms this morning. I'm fairly new to the live thing, but I just keep doing it every week and I keep building that confidence, and it's actually been kind of a fun thing for me. So, as my thumbnail here, it's going to be published out on this platform. It's going to say 50 plus making money online. So that both platforms is what we're talking about today. And I want to just throw out there right away that if you're here, you can hop up here to get information on what I'm doing to make money online as a complete beginner using a step-by-step program. I'm a Gen Xer, mid 50s, and this was something that was packaged in such a way that it just made it so user friendly for me because I was brand new on social media. I had never done it. And so there was a lot to learn, and it was fun and exciting. But that's what I appreciated about the program that I got into, is that it was foundational for me as a complete beginner. And so, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So you guys can hop up here to get information. And if you're here, I will publish something out down below. As soon as this live, it'll be in the description for you folks. You can hop down there. And I'm also going to put it in the chat right now. There you go. Yeah, so you can get the information. So happy Monday. Yeah, it's overcast day in Montana, and I have to tell you, I have been talking about sunshine. So we have had a beautiful spring. Like, we had a very mild winter, and I've been talking about how I mow the lawn. That's a pink chore. So I don't know if you guys know pink chores, blue chores. Let me close this up a little bit. There we go. I can see. So pink chores and blue chores. If you guys have that in your household, I would be curious what yours are. So pink chores, those are the girly chores. And one of my pink chores is to mow the lawn. And I volunteered for that, if I'm being fully honest. I actually like mowing the lawn. It gets me outside in the sunshine. I love the way it looks, all the little rows, and I love the way it smells. So that is my self-selected pink chore, is mowing the lawn. And so I have been excited in sharing about, this spring and loving the green grass and enjoying mowing. And then it snowed this last weekend. I was devastated. I was like, how can it be snowing? Hey, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How can it be snowing? I am so over it. I mean, we are coming the end of May, and garden season up here, they typically tell you wait till after Memorial Day. Once you hit Memorial Day, you can plant your garden. But I have a sister-in-law who tells me, and I'm not a gardener, so I listen to her. She's like, you wait until the snow is out of the mountains. So we live in a valley and we're surrounded by mountains. It's beautiful. But the rate we're going, man, no one's going to be planting their gardens anytime soon. Because if we have snow actually in the valley floor, then the mountains have a ton of it. So it was a little bit of a bummer. And I will say, in the valley floor right now, currently, the snow melted off. But this weekend, yesterday in particular, we had snow on the ground. So it was a bummer. It was not the way that I wanted to wake up Sunday morning and face the day. But anyhow, It's Monday, and I'm not here to talk about mowing the yard. I'm here to talk about my 50 plus people that are out there, a super beginner friendly way to make money online. So that's what I'm here for. I hope that you will come on in, um, give me a little chat, put in the chat what country you're from. If we've got USA in the house, then howdy, and let me know what state you're from. I'm up in Montana, and good morning, good morning. And yeah, I love Montana. So I'm curious, what part of the country are you from? And so drop me a little comment, and making money online. So again, if you're here, up here, you're going to go here to get information on what I'm doing. And if you're here, hi there. I put a domain in the comment section. And then once the live is over, it'll publish out all my information. So you can see for yourself what I do to make money online, using a program that I literally put in 2 hours a day. 2 hours a day. So that was huge for me in my own personal story. Because, for people out there that are still working full time and you're finding that you need a different wheelhouse, a different way to make money, you need additional money. And if you're already working, having a side hustle, it's like you only have so many hours in the day, right, to contribute to it. The program I'm in takes 2 hours, and they're flexible hours that I can do in pockets here and there throughout my day. Good morning. Oh, yay. All right. Hey, welcome, California. I'm glad you're here, and I'm curious. I lived in California. I lived in San Francisco, 8th and Judah, and then I moved down to the peninsula, and during that .com era. So I was there in like the early 2000s. So yeah, that's great. Welcome. So my little backstory, just so you have a little bit of where I'm coming from personally. So I married an older man, and he's really not that much older. He's only 8 years older than me. And it's so funny because some people feel like, hey, okay, very good, cool. Well, welcome. Some people feel like 8 years, oh my word, she married a senior citizen. And whatever. People have their opinions, and that's totally fine. I personally don't think 8 years is a lot, but here's what changed for me. So my hubby ended up having to have unexpected open heart surgery. And it was an eye-opener. People talk about open heart surgery, and before we went through this, my response, would be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm praying for you. I'll say a little prayer for you." Well, until you go through something personally, you just don't really have any clue what is involved. So the surgery, they cracked him open like a coconut, and it's a major surgery. So anyway, I have always been a worker bee. I grew up, I'm mid-50s, so for 30 plus years, I have been in corporate world working. And that's how we were raised, right? You went to school, you got a job, you climbed that ladder. And so that was me. And then when this happened with him, I started looking at, I need a lot of flexibility. We started talking about, so he had the surgery, you guys, and he actually is doing great. He's actually doing great. I'm so thankful. So he had the surgery, but we both started talking about retirement, because up until this point, you're just kind of living life, because anyone who's a Generation Xer or a baby boomer will agree with me here. You don't think you're that old, right? I mean, you're going through life, and then all of a sudden you like stop and consider the age that you are, and you're like, I remember when I was in my 20s thinking that, wow, retirement is so far off. It's not even on my radar. And someone who is their mid 50s or older, man, they're ancient. That's senior citizen. That's like old. And when we get there, that's not old, right? I mean, we still feel like us. We totally feel like us. But the open heart surgery, we started having this conversation about retiring, and he retires in 2 years. And then you start thinking about health issues and mortality and how long you're going to live. And my husband and I actually like each other. And so it's like, you don't know how long you're going to live. So you start having all these conversations, which is what we were doing. And it's like, what's really important in life? For us, God, family, friends. And yes, you need to make money. Yes, you need to be able to afford. But when it's all said and done and it's all over and you look back on your life, and I know we've all heard people talk about this, it's like what really matters and how you spent your time, and how do you marry those two? How do those two come together? So I started looking online. How can I make money? I was looking at a remote work. Are there remote options for jobs? I have an HR background, and I stumbled across the whole make money online. And I have to tell you guys, I had no idea. I had no idea because I had my office job and I would work, and then when I would come home, we'd go outside. We'd go fishing, camping in the mountains. I mean, I had no desire to sit on my phone and scroll. I thought that some of these platforms were for teenagers and, dancing platforms where people would get out there and dance. And I can tell you folks, I'm not alone. There are people like me that are going to be brand new to social media and the whole make money online. So I found a gal that I resonated with. She was around my age. She had a job that she would go to every day, and she talked about being short for retirement, and so I started following her, and I liked her. I believed her. I got the information on the program that she was doing. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I got the information. Hey, welcome, guys. Hey, if you want to come in, let me know what state you're in. And I'm curious if you're in the United States. That's where I'm from. I'm in Montana. So drop me a little note and let me know what state you're in. It's kind of just fun to see. But anyway, so this gal I was following online, I got the name of her program. I researched it. I took 3 weeks to make my decision. And that's the way I roll. I'm more of a slow burn. I've got to look into things. I just don't shell out the money. I am more of a cautious, nervous Nelly, not a nervous Nelly. And my name's not Nelly. I'm Elizabeth. But I have to look into things. So that's what I did. I researched the program. I researched the founder. And then I was like, heck, you know what? Why not? Why not? If this gal can do it, I can do it. And I wanted a different wheelhouse. And honestly, I didn't want to be in the same place 6 months down the road as I was in at that time. And I was like, if I don't do this, I'll never know. And I will be exactly where I'm at. So that is kind of my backstory, to finding out about making money online and having something. And so I'll tell you the program that I am in. So if you're here, you're going to hop up here to get information. And if you're here, I put a little comment. You can go and check that out. And once this posts, there'll be a description down below. So the program, it's an online program, and it gave me 3 key things to having my own online business. It gave me done for you digital products to sell. Because you guys, if you're going to make money online, you got to sell a product or a service. So it gave me digital products done for you to sell, which was great for me because I was new to this. I I wasn't doing, Etsy or Pinterest or, all of the things that I'm now aware of. I wasn't doing any of that. I was a worker bee. I was going into the office. I enjoyed my job, HR background. That's what I did. So it was appealing to me that I didn't have to create something initially. So that was number one. Number two, it gave me the back end. So when I say that, it gave me the website. I am not a techie person at all. I mean, I can be on a computer all day long. I am great on a computer. In fact, I'm looking at my browser right now because I'm on both my phone and my computer, my desktop. And I probably have like, I don't know, 18 tabs open. That's the way I work. I am just on the front end of a computer. I'm great. I'm in and out of things, and I've done that my whole life. The back end, no. And it's mainly because honestly, I don't have the patience. I to learn how to have set up a website, to write it all up, and to do connecting the payments, the payment gateways, like how you're going to get paid. So this program gave me that back end, which was, again, another huge check for me. It was like, okay, I've got the done for you digital products. A digital product is something that you download. Like if you guys go to Amazon and you want to get a book and they've got an ebook option, that's a digital product. It's something that you download and just you access it on your phone or your computer, your desktop or laptop. So, and while I'm here, because there's 3 total things I'm going to tell you about. So the first is the done for you digital products. The second is the website, the back end. This is your automated system. So this is key because this is what gives you time freedom. So for those of us that work and have a job that we go to, this allows you put in 2 hours a day, and they're flexible hours. So if you've got a 15-minute break or a 30-minute lunch hour, or you put the kids to bed and you spend an hour working your own online business, that is the flexibility that I needed. I did not have, I did not want to have to spend 10 plus hours a day on my phone creating content, and especially for people that are working, this second step, hey, good morning. This second step was crucial for me. So the back end, I didn't have to write the website. I didn't have to create the website. It came with email campaigns. I mean, it really is brilliant. So my system works for me 24/7. So when I'm sleeping at night, people in Australia or the UK can be buying from me. So that 2-hour workday was really key for me. Okay. So done for you products, the back end, the website. And the third thing that this program had was the know-how, the how-to. It is, I refer to it as it's an ecosystem. There is so much support. There are live trainings that you can go to. And if you can't attend live, there's replays. It is a step-by-step program that's going to teach you, because again, I was brand new. I had never been on social media, ever. So, I mean, we're talking setting up, my first accounts of these 2 platforms that I'm on right now. I didn't have platforms. I had 0 following, 0. And so it basically step by step showed me how I can have my own online business and start making money in spending 2 hours a day. And this is something, folks, that I have now and I can carry with me into retirement whenever that is for me. The flexibility. All I need is a cell phone or a computer, a laptop, and internet service to have my business and make additional income online. So I want to go even a little deeper with you. For those of you, hi, just popping in, I'm Elizabeth. I'm from Montana, so I'm in the USA. Feel free to put a comment down and let me know where you're watching from. I'd love to know if you're in the US and what state you're in so I can say hi. So the 3 things it gave me: done for you digital products, the back end, the automation, the website, and then the know-how, which was crucial for me. I did not want to have to be watching a million different YouTube videos to try to piece together how to make money online. I wanted a program, a system where it was all laid out for me, step by step, what I needed to do. And that's what I found. Another thing that was important to me, these are weird, you guys, I have to tell you, I did not want my family and friends to know, at least initially. You know, now my mom and my dad know, my brothers know, and that's great. I have no problem with that. But in my mind, I had never done something like this before, and I was like, I don't want them judging me. I don't want them, you know, if I fall flat on my face, if I can't even, you know, create a piece of content, I just, you know, so I didn't want anyone to know. And then I definitely didn't want my own friends to know, because I didn't want them to feel any obligation whatsoever that they needed to buy something from me. Did not want that. And you don't have to do that. The other beautiful thing is I don't have to call anyone. I don't have to DM, direct message, for those of you who don't know what that is. I don't have to, I'm not chasing after people. I'm literally creating content, posting content on social media platforms, and you can start with one platform. I'm on 2, and there's a bunch of platforms out there. You can be on as many as you want. You can take this where you want this to go. But you only need to start with one. And so that was like easy for me. You don't have to go live. I'm going live right now because I didn't start going live. Live is a newer thing for me, and it's been kind of fun. Hey, good morning. It's been fun to do, and something that I'm an introvert, and so I will pick this all day over having to public speak like I did at my day job. I hate public speaking, especially when you have to get up and you're standing in front of 170 of your peers. I hated it. It would make me physically sick, you know, but for me, going live is, I mean, it's a piece of cake. Yeah. And it's just a fun thing to do, but you don't have to go live. You know, you are creating content about your program, your digital products, and you're posting it. And the program teaches you how to do that, how to attract people to you. So it's really an amazing program. And I will also throw out there, although I'm not going to go too far down this path, the program is fresh and current. So the founder is very involved. She does live weekly trainings on multiple different topics. You know, there's tech help, there's general training, there's motivational mindset training. It's a community, so you're a part of an online community. So if you have a question about something, you can pop in, put a little chat, and I mean, you get 20 responses to your problem like that, which is brilliant. Because if you're sitting down and you're working and you're squeezing something in 15 minutes, it's nice to know that, yeah, hey, I can post something and I'm going to get, if I'm hung up somewhere, I'm going to get someone that's like right there. And it's very supportive, which again, speaking for myself as a complete beginner, I appreciated that and I needed that, you know, because it's definitely a journey. And I love that it's not an MLM, multi-level marketing. You do not have an upline. You do not have a downline. You are not responsible to anyone. It is your own business, which again, I also loved. I've never done an MLM, but I remember, because I'm Gen X, mid 50s. I mean, there's a couple of big companies that were out there, and that whole structure was something I just wasn't into, where, you got to get out there and hustle and people are making money off of you. It's like this program, you get 100% of the profit. 100%. It is not a commission. You are not splitting whatever you sell is 100% into your own bank account. So I will let you know, the program has 5 different ways that you can participate. And these are financial, what you buy, and in turn, that's what you turn around and you sell. So there's $100 way, 300, 600, 900, and 1400. And each program has a slightly different package of what you get. So if you're here, you can hop up here and check out the information. And if you're here, I put a comment in with my domain. And once this live is over, it will be published out in the description where you can go to get all of the details. And this is something, folks, that I did that was crucial for me, because I could sit and listen to and read information on what the program was in deep detail. I could take my time with it. There's some videos in there. It's really, really does a great job of explaining what it is that you're buying. And so I would encourage you, hop up here, you folks, hop up here, or you folks check the comments, or it'll be down below. And it can't hurt to get the information to consider. Because again, I go back to that. Do you want to be in the same place today, 3 months down the road, or 6 months down the road? Or do you want to be in a different place with both your time and your ability to bring in extra income? So I just want to encourage you. That is what I did. The exact same thing. I got the blueprint from the gal. I spent 3 weeks, people. 3 weeks. So be sure to follow me. If you're not following me, follow me. Because if you get my information, or if you don't and you want to circle back a week or 2 down the road, then you can find me to get the information. But I took 3 weeks to sink my teeth into it and think about it. And I love the people out there that don't need to do that. I love that people can go out there and make a decision, spend the money, get into something, and they just start. Same day. I love it. I love it. I'm different, and I know everyone is different. So it took me 3 weeks of just thinking about it, pondering it, researching it, because to me, it was a lot of money. I mean, I had decided, because the 5 different 100, 3, 6, 9, 1400. So when I was looking at it, what I considered personally, knowing that I would make 100% profit, I wanted the 1400. Because when you think about that, if you sell 1 product a month, that's an extra $1,400 a month, right? That's significant money. I mean, that pays for some folks' mortgage. And I know if you go buy a house today, that's probably not going to cover your mortgage, because interest rates are pretty darn high, depending on where you live. In Montana, things are really expensive here. But for those of us that have had a mortgage for a while, I mean, that one sale of 1 product more than covers the mortgage, $1,400. And then for those of you out there who are like stellarly motivated, because that's what having an online business that's all yours is all about. You are working for yourself. You motivate yourself to create content, and your results are your results. You can't blame it on anybody else. It's your business. So let's just say you're a motivated super seller, or you're not even a super seller. You don't know how to sell anything, and you're learning, but you're motivated and you're willing to say, I'll show up daily and put in 2 hours let's just say you sold one product a week. That's $5,600 a month. That's decent. And then if you're a dreamer and you're a hustler and you're like, wonder what I could sell. Could I sell something twice a week, 3 times a week? Could I sell something daily? And you start to look at the math. So when you're thinking about the 5 different ways to participate, someone could come in and start at $100. And that's what they have to sell, a $100 product. You could start at the 300 and you would have the option to sell the 300 product and the 100 product. So that gives you 2 income streams. I jumped in at the highest level. I paid the $1,400 and there are payment plans. I paid the $1,400 and that gives me the ability to sell a $1,400 product or a $900 or a $600 or a $300 or a $100. I can sell all of the products. So if I'm on a live or if I'm creating content and someone is like, I just can't afford $1,400, but I could swing $600, then that gets them the $600 product, the $300 and the $100 for them to turn around and sell. So I always say, think about that. Start with how much extra money do you need in a month and go from there. And all of us would love $1,400 extra, right? But if you can't swing that, you can always get in at one of the lower tiers and then you can upgrade down the road after you make your first sale or two, upgrade to the next level if you want. But the $1,400 one that's the one I have. I have all products in English and I have all products in Spanish. So I have 10 different income streams, 10 different ways to make money online, depending on who sees my content and chooses to buy from me, which is pretty darn amazing. And so that's what I'm doing. I'm glad that you guys popped in. Hi and hello. I don't see any questions. I'll stay on for maybe a minute longer if anyone has questions. I'd love to answer, but it's been fun for me. I have to tell you, it definitely stretched me out of my comfort zone because I had never done social media. This was all brand new to me. I'm a Generation Xer, mid-50s, and I'd never done any social media. So the fact that I am now doing lives, promoting my own online business is pretty darn amazing. It's been, thank you so much. Thank you. I hope you have a fabulous day. I appreciate the comments. Thank you. It's just been a fabulous journey. So I'm going to wrap up. For you folks, you're going to hop up here to get information. And for you folks, I put a little note in the comment, but you can also, once I publish this out, it'll be in the description, my information. So be sure to subscribe, whatever channel you're on, subscribe so that we can stay in touch. And maybe this planted a little seed and you might come back tomorrow and be like, ooh, who was that gal? Where was that gal? And if you subscribe or you follow, then we'll be able to stay in touch. So I'm going to say goodbye to you folks first. I hope you have a fabulous day. Okay, thanks for joining. Bye. Okay, now you guys, hi. Okay, so